What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? You guys haven't been here before. I just want to say welcome to you guys. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Yes, sir. Welcome. Um, what's going on with my camera? Don't know what the heck is going on with my camera here. What's up, Lewis? What's up, bruh? For those of you who don't know, this area looks a little bit different, don't it? Hmm? Looks a little bit different. It's because we are in a little bit of a sticky situation. A little bit of a sticky situation for sure. Um, we got a hurricane coming towards us. Those of you who don't know, I live in Tampa. We got a hurricane coming. Um, and yeah, so we're over here. We're bunkered up. We in the bunker. No, I'm just playing. It's not a bunker. In the garage. We had to go to our parents' house. We're in a little bit of a flood zone. So luckily we're safe. We're in a good area, so that's good. But nonetheless, man, I'm feeling great. I am feeling great. Amazing. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I feel great. We got a storm coming, but I'm pretty much at peace. You already know. You already know what it is, y'all. But we're gonna talk a little bit about week 5. It was a crazy week 5, literally. It started off with the banger. You already know, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, he was out there swagging and surfing, man. You already know. Yeah, he was out there. Hey. Kirk. You already know what is going on my camera. I would love to know. Kirk, man, that's the name of the game for him. You already know what it is. He was killing it out there for real. He had 505 yards against the Bucks. And Baker Mayfield was out there. He played a solid game too, no lie. Hold on, let me fix this for you guys. No lie, he had a pretty good solid game. It was a nice solid game for Kirk Cousins. It was more than solid. It was on Matt Ryan got inducted to like some Hall of Fame or the Ring of Honor. That's what he got. And he was out there for real. Kirk Cousins threw dots everywhere. Let me pull up the stats for you guys real quick. It was a phenomenal game, bro. That was like a movie of a game. It felt like a movie. It really did. Like my wife caught the end of it, and even she was like, "Oh wow!" Like she's not really that type of person to watch football. It was a fantastic game. Kirk Cousins had 509 yards for 4 touchdowns. He had an interception towards the end of the game that people thought was going to cost them the game, but it didn't. He did his thing. Baker Mayfield, 19 for 24. He only had 5 incompletions, which is really good. 180 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah, man, Drake London, 154 yards with a touchdown. It's crazy. But it was definitely a crazy game. Like it was insane. We saw a lot of back and forth almost. And I remember being entertained throughout the way. It was just a fantastic game. Kirk Cousins did his thing. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say, to be honest with you. He did his thing, and let me see if I can pull up a video for you guys because as you guys know, this is not to hate on Baker. I'm just, but I'm just saying, we're not trying to hate. We really aren't. But there was some interesting conversations being had about him that let me know if you guys find these
with Baker
familiar. Okay? Let me know if you guys find these familiar. And I hope you guys can hear this. Let me know if you can hear this.
I'm at now with Baker, because even in that loss, here's where I'm at now. Baker won't be the reason his team loses like significantly. That's where I'm at with Baker Mayfield. Early on, again, I've watched all of Baker Mayfield's games in large part because dilemma. Yeah. Can I be honest? My dilemma is, if we're all being real, there's only about 4 quarterbacks whose elite talent, maybe 5, also match their results. I believe Josh Allen. I believe Patrick Mahomes. I believe Lamar Jackson. I believe Matthew Stafford. I believe Joe Burrow because he's been to a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm.
I want everybody to look at me real quick. And Mr. Acho, look at me, buddy. If you're going to be watching our podcast and taking my points, credit me, bruh. Credit me. Stop taking my points and plagiarizing my points. I've been saying this for months. I've been laughed at. You should see some of the comments in here. People, the comments on some of these shorts, there's people saying that my take is awful. My take makes no sense. Why would someone say something like this about Baker Mayfield? I'm telling you right now, he is not going to lose you a game, but he's for sure not going to win you a game. There's only like 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now that can win you a game, and Baker Mayfield just went against them. He made it 6. Kirk made it 6. Congratulations to Kirk Cousins. You made it 6 players. There's 6 players that can win you a game. Kirk Cousins is number 6, baby. Kirk Cousins showed out on that game. And Baker Mayfield, he played a phenomenal game. He did. I'm not saying he's trash. It's not a slight on Baker Mayfield. It's not a slight on any quarterback that's not going to win you a game. People like Dak Prescott, even though he did have a game-winning drive, but people like those quarterbacks, they're not going to necessarily lose you a game, but they're not going to win you a game. Does it mean they're bad? No. It means they're playing the role that they have been given. Okay? They have been playing the role that they have been given. Kirk Cousins played his. That is, I'm going to put y'all on my back. Baker Mayfield played his. I need you guys to play a good game with me. And guess who didn't show up? That defense. That Buccaneers defense did not show up. Let me show you guys real quick the scores for these games for the Buccaneers. Now, these are not the easiest people that they have been facing, but this is definitely not what we have been accustomed to when we talk about the Buccaneers. Their last they have allowed more than 20 points in almost every single game. Yep. They have allowed more than 20 points. The only game that they have not allowed more than 20 points was against the Lions. Against the Commanders, 20. Against the Broncos, 26. Oh, and the Eagles. So the Eagles and Lions. But against the Commanders, 20. Broncos, 26. And against the Falcons, 36. Every time they win, it's because they have the team that they're going against has scored less than 20. They cannot go into a shootout. Now, they can score a lot of points on you, but pretty much once they have gotten a lead, they can keep scoring and keep just beating them down. But the last time they were in a shootout, they lost. They barely lost, but that's the shootout context of it. But they allowed 36 points. Every game that they have lost, they have allowed more than 20 points. Yep, if I'm looking at right, yeah, they've allowed more than 20 points. Now, the Baker Mayfield situation is not really much of a situation. That's the thing about it too. I have come to understand that the Buccaneers have made their choice. Okay, we can't change that. They've made their choice. The Buccaneers are going to stick with Baker Mayfield. Is that a bad thing? No. Maybe not. Maybe he isn't the main issue. I might take that back. Maybe he isn't the main issue, but he's definitely not the reason why he's elevating your team. Okay. Now, Baker Mayfield, if I'm being honest, he's one of the most entertaining quarterbacks to watch. He'll take a hit. He'll run a couple yards, but entertainment doesn't equate winning. Okay. All right. Anyways, that being said, we had a whole bunch of other good games, but I kind of want to jump into some recent news that came in. Okay. Some recent news that honestly, I didn't expect this early in the year. Okay. Our boy Robert Saleh has been fired. He has been fired. The Jets have no head coach. And let me tell you right now, the Jets are cooked. They are cooked. They went from having Super Bowl aspirations to probably, once again, one of the worst teams in the NFL. And they have Aaron Rodgers. Okay? They have Aaron Rodgers. And they are cooked. Now, what does that mean? Okay? First of all, let me get this out. I always kind of had an inkling that Robert Saleh was not a good head coach. He was... He couldn't really get it with Zach Wilson. He couldn't get it with who's that guy? Sam Darnold. And right now he can't get it with Aaron Rodgers. Granted, it's an old and just coming off of an injury Aaron Rodgers. Let's not take anything away from that either. However, expectations are expectations. You were expected to win. And right now, they are the same exact team they were last year. I think I saw a graphic that said that they scored the same amount of points through 5 games with Aaron Rodgers as they did with Zach Wilson. 96 points. They have scored the same amount of points. The quarterback made no difference production-wise. Okay, he may have made a difference like aura-wise, leadership-wise, right? But production and numbers, the things that count on the football field, there is no difference between Robert Saleh having Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson. It's the same thing, same result. So do I think that Robert Saleh deserved to be fired? I don't know if I'll go that far because I don't like calling for people's job, but he would definitely deserve to be in the hot seat. And whatever they decided to do, you got to wash your hands with that. You got to wash your hands with that. The Jets did what they had to do, man. They gave him 4 years. Now, granted, 2 of those years, they had Aaron Rodgers and didn't really get the full Aaron Rodgers. That's including this season. But, yeah, they needed to get rid of him. Now, what would I have done differently? I don't think I would have gotten rid of him 5 games into the season. What are they going to do? That's my question. They might have an interim head coach. But is Aaron really going to respect it? See, this is the thing about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers will respect you if he likes you. I don't think he knows how to respect someone if he doesn't like them. He doesn't respect the seat, okay? So if he has a head coach that doesn't really fancy him too much, or they don't really jive as well as people think they might, he doesn't give him the respect. And I think that's why maybe I have an issue with him too, just as a human being. It's like, bro, that's your coach. You know what I mean? He's the guy that sets your team up for success. The way you vibe with him doesn't really matter, especially if you're winning. Okay? There's a lot of stories of teams that they did not like each other, but they won championships. There's a lot of stories like that. And that's just true in sports. You got to work with people you don't like. And that's kind of the biggest thing and the biggest reason why Aaron Rodgers finds himself in situations like this. Mahomes is the GOAT. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, man, Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh didn't jive. It was obvious. They try to put it under the rug. It was crazy because you would see them act one way on the field, and when they came to the press conference, like, oh no, nothing's wrong. And now there's news that this guy's getting fired. Like, it's crazy. If you think about it, it's insane. But yeah, so Aaron Rodgers, to me, I think his biggest issue is he doesn't know how to respect the position. He only gives respect to people that he likes. And that is why I personally believe there was issues on the field. And that's why Aaron Rodgers brought in people like, who's that offensive coordinator's name that he brought in? Nate something, right? Something like that. He brought him in pretty much because he liked them. But is he really that good? Like, again, let's look at the production numbers. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I wonder what they're gonna do next. Maybe there's some news that popped out that I haven't heard of because I'm on the stream right now. But let's check it out. Robert Saleh. Oh, and another thing, homeboy got escorted out. He didn't even know. He came to work. That's crazy. That's wild. I forgot about that. Homeboy came into the facility and they basically said, sign up your computer for me, bro. Get up. Sign up. You're done for the day. And they escorted Robert Saleh out. He didn't even get to say bye to some of his coaching staff. Now, we don't know too much about the situation, but if this is just we're firing you because of production thing, that's kind of classless by the Jets, bro. How are you gonna, a guy that's been working for you for 4 years, you gonna escort him without telling his coaching staff? Some of these people found out through social media, through basically not seeing him in the day, and they're like, oh yeah, he got fired. That's crazy, bro. He got treated like he was like some McDonald's employee, that they like some deplorable guy. Not that McDonald's employees are deplorable. Let me fix that. What I mean is that to the company, they're like a number. They don't care about you. So the Jets that have someone as their head coach, they treated him like someone that they don't care about. Like, it's wild. So he got escorted out. Coaching staff didn't know. Now, the only time I have experienced something like this that I can remember, maybe I'm missing something, was when the Chargers like wiped the house. Now, the reason that was happening is because the Chargers for years have been doing awful, and the fans have been complaining for years. Okay, there was no culture. It was just a bad locker room. It looks like they have somewhat of a culture now. I kind of see it, some of the fire in some of the guys, but that's a very drastic thing to do in the middle. Not even the middle, the first quarter of the season. That's insane. And so we'll see what happens next. Do I think they'll have a head coach by next, like a real head coach, not an interim head coach by the end of the season? No, I think they're just going to replace him with some guy that they're going to use as a placeholder, a la like the Raiders. What they did, they got an interim head coach, and then they kind of kept him because he did pretty good. So I think that's what's going to happen with the Jets. However, it's not good for Aaron Rodgers. He's at the end of his career. I don't know what's going to happen. Um, I don't know, man. Speaking of people moving, Devontae Adams. Mr. Adams, how y'all feel about that situation? Isn't that a little crazy? Bill Pallet chip. What is that? What is a Bill Pallet chip? Let's look it up. Nothing's coming up. So I don't know what that is. But yeah, the Devontae Adams situation. Where do you guys think they're going? Where do you think he's gonna go? I have a feeling that he's gonna go somewhere that he doesn't want to go. I feel like Devontae Adams, even though he wants to go to either I heard the Saints or the Jets, I don't think he's gonna go to any of those places. I think he's gonna go to a place where the team is gonna offer him a lot. Not offer him, offer the team that's treating him a lot. So, I mean, they to me, Bill Belichick tried to use. I don't know what that means. Bill Belichick. But yeah, man. So Devontae Adams, he's probably gonna go. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I understand that till this point, this team that I'm about to mention has been doing phenomenal. But if they get him, he's going. I think he's going to the Chiefs. I really think he's going to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the team that are like the dark horse to me. I feel like they could trade. I don't know the logistics, but I'm just saying talent wise, what makes sense. If they trade like Rice and Pacheco, they're both injured. They're a division rival, no way. That's true. I didn't think of that. I'm dumb. I was just thinking talent wise because they could trade like people that are going to get healthy next year. Because it seems like the Raiders don't care. They're kind of throwing this year. It feels like in a lot of ways. But yeah. So I mean, if they don't go to the Chiefs, which now that I'm thinking about it, it is going to be a long shot. Um, he might go to like maybe like I don't know. There's no way he goes to the Jets, right? He might go to the Saints. I'm thinking the Saints might have something to say for him. Um, yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So I think he's going there. Will it move the needle that much for the Saints though? See, in the beginning of the season, the Saints were like Super Bowl contenders, right? You were like, oh, the Saints are like, they look serious. They look like a real team, right? Now they're looking a little shaky. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. They're looking a little shaky, especially after last night. Um, Now, do I think that the Chiefs deserve last night's win? Yes. However, the stuff that I could see, I was preparing for the hurricane and stuff like that and making sure everything was good. So I didn't really get a chance to, but the stuff I could see, it looked like the Chiefs were having a little bit of home cooking, classic Chiefs stuff. If he goes to Buffalo, imagine he goes to Buffalo. That would be really good for Josh Allen if he goes to Buffalo. If he goes over there, it's gonna be like I think the Bills, they already look really good. They didn't look so great this last game, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit too. But if he goes to the Bills they're gonna look insane. This is gonna look insane. They already look great without like a super good receiver. They're gonna look phenomenal with a guy like Davante Adams. To me, Davante Adams doesn't have that much of an ego for a wide receiver. So I think Josh Allen would love that. You know what I mean? It'll just open up so much for him, running and everything like that. Now, speaking of the Bills, I want to talk about something with you guys. Okay, if you guys watched the Bills football game, there was something that happened on the field, and here we go. I'm going to put it on this for you.
Down low. And okay there, he's out of the pocket. He becomes a runner at that point so they can go low and tackle him. The pocket is a quarterback throwing it, even though he's outside of it and he's trying to throw it. But at that point, he becomes a runner.
That's crazy. Let's look at that one.
There, he's out of the pocket. He becomes a runner. And okay there, he's out of the pocket. He becomes a runner at that.
So if you guys were watching the Bills game, this man, Josh Allen, he took a hit, and look at the way that his head bounces off of that turf.
And okay there, he's out of the pocket. He becomes a.
That looks like a devastating hit. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because there's a lot of talk about what's going on with my thing. Here we go. There we go. He was this close to pulling a Tua. Dude, I think he did pull a Tua. That's the thing. I think he was concussed. I honestly think that's why he played so bad. And I know I talk about it a lot. I'm very passionate about it because I hate seeing players get put in compromising positions that can be solved by anything, like just employees in general. I hate it when employees are put in compromising positions because the employer does not do what is necessary to protect those employees. They're the ones that make you the money. Okay. Josh Allen makes the NFL money, a lot of money. And so did Tua Tagovailoa, made the NFL a lot of money. And these, to me, even though they are head injuries, he did not play bad. Hold up. Are you guys... You're trolling, right? I'm pretty sure he played pretty bad. Josh Allen was 9 for 30, 131 yards. That's awful. He was less than 30% throwing the ball and only threw 131 yards with a touchdown. Yeah, he almost won them the game, technically. He had an awful game, bud. An awful, awful, awful game. 9 for 30? 9 for 30 is not a bad game, Andres. Come on, bro. Stop it. I know you're used to that from Lamar, but Lamar be throwing. Let me stop. Lamar had a great game last game. He had a phenomenal game last game. But yeah, needless to say, just to continue here. Yeah, he had a Josh Allen had an awful game, and it was due to concussion. I hate it when employees are put in compromising positions because the employers refuse to acknowledge the obvious to me. Okay. The guys, why are we talking about the Bengals right now? We're talking about Josh Allen. We'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, it's the employers. I hate when employers don't treat employees how they're supposed to be treated. And this is another case of that. Josh Allen had that play happen to him. There was a concussion protocol, quotation marks, a concussion protocol performed on Josh Allen. And literally the next offensive play they had, he was on the field again. After this, I want you guys to watch this again.
At that point, so they can go low and tackle him in the pocket as a quarterback throwing it, even though he's outside of it and he's trying to throw it. But at that point, he becomes a runner.
That man is asleep right there. He's asleep right there. He is asleep. Look at it again.
There, he's out of the pocket. He becomes a runner at that point, so they can go low and tackle him in the pocket as a quarterback.
That man fell asleep right there, and he was eligible to play the game. What is going on here, man? We need to make these guardian caps 100% a mandatory thing. I don't care how stupid they look. I really don't. I promise you I don't. Because you looking stupid now is going to save your brain 30 years from now. Like, CT is no joke, bro. I was watching I don't know if you guys watched the Vince McMahon documentary with how they were treating concussions. They believe that's why, who was it? Eddie Guerrero did what he did. Wait, was it Eddie Guerrero? No, Chris Benoit. I'm sorry. That's why Chris Benoit did what he did. Because they believe he had CTE from concussions, from diving off the top rope and literally hitting his head. That was his finisher, a headbutt from the top rope. And so this thing is nothing to play with, right? And so I want you guys to look at this too. This was some crazy. I was like reading up. I was scrolling through TikTok about it. However, that does not mean that it's not legitimate gripes. Okay. So let's look at this video real quick. This was crazy. Y'all watch this.
A very important topic right now. For those of you that may or may not know me, I am a family and sports medicine physician. I am double boarded in both, and I treat concussions, I treat fractures, I am a stem cell specialist in Miami. So when I see injuries like Tua Tagovailoa's concussion, like other concussions that have happened this year, I understand the ramifications and the protocols that go along with this. The purpose of this podcast and of this video is to educate, but also to inform and to give people an idea of exactly what's going on the field, in the blue tent, behind the scenes, and what it's going to take to come back. Let's talk about exactly what happened here. So this was a great game. I watched this game. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills were neck and neck with the Houston Texans. It's your boy Greg String. 2017, very close game. Josh Allen takes an absolute shot, and you can see where he bangs his head on the turf, and he pretty much kind of goes down, and you can see him presumably look unconscious, or at least really, really dazed for a couple seconds. Okay, that wasn't overly surprising. He's brought over to the sidelines. Now I want you to watch what happens in this video. You see the Bills attendee, staff, I don't know exactly who it is, handing him smelling salts, or usually this is ammonia because I've used this at my clinic. This is usually ammonia, and this is very strong. You crack it open, and it's immediately super ridiculously strong, and you pretty much wake up unless you're not alive. Like, this is a very strong, potent stimulus. So its goal is to wake you up. The only reason you would do this is because if you're not kind of 100% with it. The question I have is, how could Josh Allen leave at the 6:06 mark in the game? They punt the ball. The Texans then get the ball back, go 4 and out, and he's back in the game when they get the ball back again at the 3:30 or 3:40 mark. That is very, very quickly. The average time to evaluate a player for a concussion, which he should have been evaluated, is at least 5 minutes, up to 8 minutes.
Let's stop right there. Okay. Let's stop right there. Hold up. Let me turn this off real quick. Yeah. Let's stop right there. Now, guardian caps are part of the issue. Okay. They are. They just are. Okay. The guardian caps are a big part of the issue that they don't enforce them inside the game. Okay. Now, what you're telling me now is also that the concussion protocol is probably not to where it needs to be. This is what, okay. I'm going to be honest. There needs to be, I get it that there's third parties out there that do this kind of stuff, but there needs to be someone that really, really, really does not care what the NFL says to do these things. Because the interest of the NFL keeping a player inside of a game when they have a concussion is what? Money. They want that money. As long as Josh Allen's playing, they get money. Now, is there always going to be a new star that comes and replaces those feet? Yes, of course. There's always. Come on, look at Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. But that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if Josh Allen were to get injured right there and take him out the game, injury reserve, look at what's happening with the Dolphins. You tell me how many Tagovailoa jerseys are being sold right now compared to back then. How many people are watching those games? Let's be real. How many people are watching Dolphins games right now? Are y'all watching Dolphins games right now? There's no way. There's just no way you guys are doing that. So, honestly, if we're being real, I'm not going to accuse the NFL of doing something like that. However, I can see why on earth, why they would not really have the benefit of the doubt when it comes to this stuff, right? Yeah, you don't want. Yeah, I know you don't watch them. There's no one out here watching those games. Come on, the Dolphins without Tua, without Hawk Tua himself. Let me stop. No one's watching those games. So let's continue. Let's continue.
We saw this the other day when a player was evaluated. He left the game and then he came back after going back to the sidelines for a couple plays. Now, traditionally what happens is they get evaluated in a blue tent. If the initial physician, usually one of the 2 team docs that's trained like me, evaluates him for a concussion, they say, hey, he does not have a concussion. Then the independent neurotrauma consultant would then evaluate the player again and say, okay, I agree, he does not have a concussion. Now, traditionally, we do this a number of ways. A balance, checking a couple of different things, including a 1, 3, and sometimes 5-minute word recall, we call it. Foot, toothbrush, yellow, random words that players or people need to remember, and then I wait 2-3 minutes, and then I will ask you again, randomly. And then I'll ask you again 2 minutes later. How can 2 different sets of physicians do that protocol and then send them back on the field, because that's what happened, in the time frame where they basically went 3 and out, 4 and out, 3 and out, and then he was back on the field again? I don't think they actually reviewed him for.
Yeah, the answer is they didn't. That's the answer. They didn't. They said, oh, you don't have a concussion, bet you're getting back in there, buddy. Throw another incompletion for us. Go 9 for 30 on the game, because that's what he went. He went 9 for 30. Go 9 for 30 on the game. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, I'm telling you, because in the short run, yeah, it helps the NFL. They get to make money off of this player. They get to make money off of this game. But in the long run, I'm telling you, if there's a situation that happens, and it's happening almost every week, there's some player getting rocked in the NFL. Like I don't know if you saw those hits, but they're getting rocked. And if it comes to a case like a Damar Hamlin situation, but with a different outcome, I'm telling you right now, that's going to lose the NFL way more money than taking him out for a couple games. Okay? I get it. Stats are on the line. I get it. Championships are on the line. But above all, life is on the line. Okay? Someone's literal mental anatomy is on the line, because CT literally degenerates your brain. Okay? It eats at your brain. That's why you go crazy. Okay? And so there needs to be a heavily enforced concussion protocol. There just needs to be. They say that there is one now, but there never is one, right? Why? Because I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to the brain, it gets touchy, right? So I feel like in these situations, instead of the NFL erring on the side of caution, they're erring on the side of let's get everything done possible to get this player back on the field. That should not be the case. The case should be let's do everything possible to get this player safe. Make sure that they're okay. Make sure that they're not in a state that could literally risk their lives. Okay. But honestly, the biggest thing the NFL wants to do is get that person back on the field. Okay. Let's continue.
Concussion. But I don't understand how. This does not make sense to me. I understand the game was in crunch time. That's irrelevant. Why? Because concussions are brain injuries. These are traumatic brain injuries. Okay? These used to be taken, this type of what I call Bush League, which is a baseball term, used to happen 20, 30 years ago. Not anymore. This is unacceptable. Why? Because if Josh Allen truly did suffer a concussion on the first time and then was allowed to come back in and suffered another concussion, what can happen is his brain stem can immediately swell. And what happens? He dies. Yes, this is called second impact syndrome. And this is one of the reasons why people are not allowed to return.
Hold up. I did not know that. I only watched like the first half of this video, guys. For all I knew, he could have said something crazier. He could have started telling people to vote for someone. I don't know. I didn't know that. That's wild. So if he would have got hit again in that manner, he literally could have died on the field. That's wild, bro. That's insane. God.
From a concussion before they've cleared the symptoms of the 5-step protocol, and each step is a minimum of 1 day. I hope the NFL looks into this significantly. I don't care if this is a big-name player in a big-name franchise and a playoff contender. This needs to be addressed. We saw Tua Tagovailoa pretty much immediately get placed on concussion after sustaining another concussion, get placed on IR. I'm not saying they should do that for Josh Allen, but they need to take this seriously. There's too many cameras, there's too many people watching for this to be allowed to happen again. So please, evaluate this and let's make sure proper protocols went through. The game result is irrelevant.
Right. Oh, see, this is what I mean. I'm glad he said this stuff. I've been saying this stuff too. I didn't watch that second half of the video, but I'm glad he kind of seconded it. This is what I mean when it comes to that stuff, man. Like, there's no reason on earth. There really is no reason on earth why we should be taking this risk and why us as fans should be taking this lightly. Like, it happens too much. As advanced of a society we are, like, oh, go back out there and hit your head again. Like, come on, bruh. Try to throw another touchdown, even though you're about to die. Like, come on. That's what we sound like when we act like we don't care about this situation. This is seriously something that I hope the NFLPA, the NFL Players Association, takes up, bro. I get it. The Guardian caps are ugly. Put them on, bro. Put them on. Put them on. I never saw someone tell you that, oh, your cast looks ugly. Oh, your braces look so ugly. Yeah, if you really think that, right, you're just dumb because you're not thinking about what's going to happen in the future. Okay? That guy that took off his braces halfway in between, or took them off way too early, guess how his teeth look now? They look messed up, bruh. His teeth look messed up right now. That guy that doesn't wear his retainer anymore because it looks ugly. Yeah, bud. How your teeth look now? How your teeth look now, bro? Human. If you're an NFL player right now and your defense as to why you don't wear the Guardian cap is it looks ugly, Human. Human, bro. If your defense to not wearing a Guardian cap is that I ain't gonna get no girls, and they're looking at me like,
brother,
Yeah, L human, bro. That's why your brain is gonna be literal mashed potatoes. Come on, bruh. There should be no reason, literally none, as to why you aren't wearing that cap. Okay, I get it. When you're in the zone, you want to be the best. I'm not gonna say that you. I get it, but the best for a couple of years is not going to outweigh the best for your family for the rest of your life. Okay, so that being said, man, I don't want to I don't want to keep hindering on this, man. Let's go to the next subject. Next subject here. Um, the Ravens. Oh boy, the Ravens. Those boys look like a new team. Those boys look like a brand new team. Who is that? Who is that out there? Derrick Henry? What? Lamar Jackson? Huh? Those boys looked insane. They went against the Bengals to go on what Yandel was saying before. Well, I was going over a serious topic, but that's not neither here or there. You think the Bengals should have won? Give me your reasoning, bro. Give me a reason. Why do you think the Bengals should have won? Come on. While we're doing that, let's go over Joe Burrow. Now, if your reason is Joe Burrow, I'll give you that. Joe Burrow had a great game. That boy, he threw 30 for 39, 392 yards, 5 touchdowns and an interception. And Jamar Chase, bro, he was insane. My brother had Jamar Chase on his NFL, on his fantasy football team. Killed me because of that, man. He scored like 40 fantasy points for him. Jamar Chase, 10 receptions, 193 yards with 2 touchdowns. He was literally 7 yards away from having 202. 200 yards with 2 touchdowns is crazy. But Lamar Jackson, bruh. Oh, come on, bruh. MVP. MVP. Just give him the trophy right now. Give that boy the trophy right now. Right now. Like literally. That boy he was 26 for 42. His percentage wasn't great. He was about 50%. 348 yards for 4 touchdowns. But it's about the totals. Come on, guys. Let's not act like the boy does not do more than just throw. He can run. He ran for 55 yards with 12 carries. And Derrick Henry had 92 yards, 15 yards, 15 carries. So he had 3 more carries, but he had 40 more yards. But he had a touchdown as well. That boy, Derrick Henry, looks like the Derrick Henry from Tennessee. That's number 1. Okay? We got the old King Henry back. I love watching. Derrick Henry is one of my favorite running backs to watch because he just like bulldozes people. Who doesn't like seeing that? And he's insane. He's insane. But yeah, Derrick Henry looked insane. Lamar Jackson, gosh, when it mattered most. Did you guys see that play where he fumbled it, stiff armed the guy a quarterback? Not only a quarterback, a small quarterback. He's not that big. Okay. He's not like Josh Allen standing super tall, hard to knock down. He's not that tank build. This is a smaller size quarterback fumbling the ball, picking it back up on the run, stiff arms a guy not once, but twice to extend the play. He stiff arms him. A quarterback stiff arms him. And then throws it for the touchdown. Listen, bro, if there was any doubts about Lamar Jackson, just erase him right now. Please do. At this point, I'm not going to call you out for it. Not yet, unless I actually hear it. But we all know the reason why y'all don't like Lamar Jackson. Come on. No one's going to talk about that, though. And it's not football reasons. You already know where I'm going. If you don't think Lamar Jackson is at least the MVP caliber quarterback, get out my face. Get out my face. I don't want to hear the running quarterback allegations. I don't want to hear that anymore. Okay? Because no one said that against Michael Vick. No one said that against Steve Young. No one said that, right? No one said it. But Lamar Jackson, all of a sudden, comes out there, does his thing, Come on. Getting mad at him for being able to run the ball is like getting mad at LeBron James for passing the ball. Oh, why didn't he shoot it? Why didn't LeBron James just put his back to the basket and lay it up? Why didn't he cross him over and lay it up? Because it's not the smart play. If Lamar Jackson threw it every time you guys told him to throw it, he would have way more interceptions, way more incompletions. Just use your brains, bro. He's not running it because he doesn't believe he can be a quarterback. If that was the case, he wouldn't have 2 MVPs. He wouldn't be a quarterback in the NFL, and he wouldn't have such a great team behind him. Use your brains. Lamar Jackson is him, okay? He just is. He just is. Does he have his faults? Yes. Can he be more accurate? Yes. He's not the most accurate quarterback. He's not. But that's just a small portion of the tale. The guy can play. He's dangerous for teams. There's a reason why the Ravens are favorites, and it's not just because of Derrick Henry. They have a phenomenal quarterback, a phenomenal running back, a phenomenal coach, a really good wide receiving core, a great defense. They have everything going for them. Will they win it? I'm not sure. They got the Chiefs ahead of them. I'm not at this point. I can't bet against the Chiefs. I told y'all that in the beginning of the season. I can't go against them. But let me tell you something. If there is a team that can do it, there's only two. There's only 2 teams in that whole conference that I think can actually do something against the Chiefs. And it's the guy that just got a concussion and the Bills up there in Buffalo and Lamar Jackson. Those are the only 2 that have something to say. Okay? Joe Burrow does not have anything to say right now. And it's not because of him. Okay? Let's make that clear. He's been playing great. He's been playing like some of the best football I've ever seen him play. But that just goes to show that it's not just the quarterback that wins you games, okay, or loses you games. There's other aspects to the game for that. And so, I don't know, man. I think that Lamar Jackson, if he keeps this up, he's going to have another MVP season. He just is. I don't know how you guys feel about it. What do you guys think? He's going to have another MVP season? I think he is. He's just been showing too much, man. And even the games that they've lost, I watched those games, and man, he caped for them. He caped for them. The only reason they were even in those games was because of Lamar Jackson. Okay, you know when they were trying to zone rush Derrick Henry instead of just letting him run through people. The only reason they were in those games was because of Lamar Jackson. And so I don't know, man. You guys give me your opinions. My Chargers didn't play this week. We got a little bit of a rest. See, I think that they gave us a 5th week bye week is crazy. That means we have 12 more weeks, possibly even the playoffs of just straight football. No rest, no breaks. That's crazy. That's crazy. Week 5 bye week. But that's what we got. The Titans, I think they won their first game, or they won a game. Didn't they? Or we're on a bye week. It just felt like they won because they won a bye week. That'd be crazy. Yes. Yo, that's literally what happened. It just felt like the Titans won because they didn't have to play. That's pretty sad. Yo, that's wild. Hey, take it as a W, guys. Take it as a W. You guys, they got a lot of stuff to fix. Who they go against up next? They go against the Colts. That's going to be a good game. The Colts games are always fun to watch to me. They're one of those teams that I like watching all the time. But we'll go over predictions in a couple of days. We're not going to go through predictions right now. Chiefs are still undefeated. Who else is still undefeated? Are they the only undefeated team left? Who else is undefeated right now? Chiefs. Are the Commanders undefeated right now? No, they're not. Come on now. I know there's another undefeated team. Am I missing someone? I can't remember. Oh, Vikings. The Vikings are looking insane, bro. Sam Darnold is looking insane. The Vikings have always had a good team. When they had Kirk Cousins, I remember they were just one of those teams. Yeah, Vikings. Yep. I just saw it, guys. Thanks. Yeah, they've always had a great team. I like the Vikings, bro. One of the things well, before I go into that, the Vikings they're just good. I love their uniform. They're just a cool team to me. They've always had that cool, almost like an old school cool look. But when they had Kirk Cousins, they were a good team. With Sam Darnold, they look really good too. Do I think they're gonna make a deep playoff run? No, I don't think so. However, they look good. They just look good. There's not really much negatives I can say about them. That being said, I do want to give you guys a little bit of an update of what's going on the channel. So we didn't get to live stream yesterday. We were prepping for the hurricane. Everybody was really tired, so and they're still tired today. I'm on for you guys because I am a man of the people, baby. I'm a man of the people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we're on today. We'll be on again probably Thursday. Hopefully, if the storm doesn't knock out of power, which there's a big possibility it might. So I will definitely keep you guys updated on that. But other than that, I want to let you guys know we're going to do more videos. I want to do more videos for you guys, and we're going to be doing videos. Cheap viewers on it. Oh wow, I did not mean to show that. We got bots on here now. That's crazy. We made it, y'all. We made it. We did it. We did it, baby. We did it. That's wild, bro. I just saw a new comment and just posted it. That's wild. No, but literally, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I want to do more videos for you guys. So one of my ideas is for anyone who's new watching football, we got a surprise for you, man. I'm gonna start making videos off of the history of NFL teams. That way you can choose your team. My team is not local. I know a lot of you guys that are in the chat, your team is not the local team. Okay. Now there's opinions on that, which we have someone that's a co-host of ours that believes that that is a bad thing. However, I know what it's like, man. And so it's definitely something I want to do, just give you guys history on the teams for any new viewers that might come. So you guys can pick a team. You know what I mean? If you don't have a team in your home state or your home city, or even if you do have one, but you're not really feeling them too much and you want to choose a team, you can look at these videos. Or even if you do have a team, it's going to be some good information to find out history about the teams. And I'm going to do it in a way that's going to be entertaining, of course. But yeah, I want to do that. So we got just regular videos that are going to be popping up to be right beside the podcast. We're going to be podcasting and doing videos just to get more stuff for you out there. But other than that, I do want to let you guys know we are safe. We're in the bunker.
Time to play the game.
We're in the bunker, baby. No, I'm just kidding. This is the garage. However, I do want to let you know, if you guys are not in a safe place, please find one if you're in the Tampa area. We do not need you floating. You guys are not Michael Phelps. You're not Aquaman. Get to a dry, safe place that's high up. It's definitely going to be a big one. But other than that, I want to wish you guys safety. I pray for you guys being safe. Other than that, I want to let you guys know we out. Keep being a broski. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, snap. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Before we do that, I was just about to end it. Okay? But we got someone in here. I can't hear you, my G. Oh, there you go.
Yes, sir. How's everybody doing?
This guy decided to come in as they were saying, and the people in the church say amen. This man walked in at the final prayer of the service.
Listen, so here we are now. I made it. It's nothing better than being safe and sound. And we're playing Dragon Ball Z.
This guy. You know, I was giving you an excuse as to why you didn't show up. You just ruined your excuse. I hope you know that.
What was my excuse?
I was saying you guys were tired, you're prepping for the storm, and you out here showing yourself playing Dragon Ball Z.
I left. I just got to my destination. Look, this is my setup for right now. Show the people.
Game Boy, solid.
It's all right. It's a kitchen.
It's solid. Yeah. That's why. Where you at? Plant City?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be crazy.
Man. I'm scared. But
I'm scared because I know that we're gonna come back to stuff like we're not in dangerous areas, but the stuff that we do go to is like in those zones. So we're gonna come back to it's gonna be a mess.
as long as we have power, we'll be playing video games.
And party on Thursday.
If I'm alive and we have power, then
And party, no. I'm gonna put a camera like with your floating body. Hey, Joshua's here, guys.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo.
Well, people.
All right,
let's
now.
explain the Saints, hopefully.
Oh wait. What?
Where's our other co-host?
He's dead, bro. He was working all day, and he said that he wasn't going to pod.
Man,
It was just me.
You're using his setup?
Oh, you want to see where I'm at?
Yeah, let me see
This
your
is my
setup.
setup.
Bro.
I'm in the bunker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm in a bunker, boy. Whoever said I'm not dedicated to this, go somewhere, bro.
Yes,
I'm sweating here. It's so hot in here.
I bet you have a nice little clear coat on you, bro. Bro got a clear coat.
Yo, man, it's so hot. But yeah, I'm about done. Is there anything you want to say to the people, man?
Be safe out there if you're in Florida. John Dale. Just go to Bay Shore, bro. Stand in the middle of Bay Shore.
Are you gonna be one of those guys shooting at the hurricane? Get away from here! Be gone, Milton!
My excuse to not evacuating was because I was strapped. But I have kids.
Don't lie, Yondell.
Yes,
I'm fine. You cannot swim.
Come on, dog. That's funny. Well, you guys got to see my face.
Yes, sir. Y'all stay safe. Keep being broskies. Take those evacuations serious, bro. I want to see y'all in the chat. If you are in the chat, I'm assuming you're missing. I'm going to assume you're missing, okay? I need to see y'all. Attendance is on Thursday. You miss attendance, you're getting written up. You hear me? We love you guys. Stay safe. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys on Thursday.
See you guys.